So we want to be able to use the following for our content. And I need everyone to have your email addresses for the campus. So we want to use this website, and then we go on the website. I'll just pretty much be showing you what I'd want you guys to do. And this is how I'd want your projects to be presented. So make sure everything that you've got is in order, and you have your school email, you've got your profile set up, and then you put your content there. All I will do is I'll just get your repository and start marking your content. So you remember I mentioned that we want to do our projects slightly different. We want to be able to do like what the industry is doing. And if you can also learn how this works, it makes it easier for you to then work on group projects, among other things. Please bear in mind that our internet is not as fast, but we can be able to get things going once we've got this done. So already I took one of your colleagues' email addresses, and that's the email address. Please make sure you've got your email registered as well, and you are there. So we can go to sign up. So whilst we're working with this, please also check your messages. I can put some messages for you. I think in the messages I actually put the address. It's taking its sweet time. Okay, whilst that's doing, maybe let me do a whiteboard so that I type out some of the things that we have discussed or we have shared. Let me put a whiteboard. No. Okay, so when we get to that stage where we've got our email, this is the email that we want to add. No, you put your own email. You put your student email. So let me just put a few notes. Can you see what I'm sharing now? Right, so we want to go to this website. First step, website. So that's the website. Next step, we want to be able to create an account. But we don't want to create an account without our email. So we want to use our student email. Right, and then let me just share the other screen. Right, so we want this email. Right, let's just say I would advise the user of this particular account of the password I would have suggested. Okay, I think the password is too short. Let me just create another one. And I'll advise the user of their password. So we come here to create password, click on continue. Okay, so this is done. We click on continue. We need a username. We click on continue. Would you like to receive product updates? Yes. Continue. Verify your account. We go to create. Are we also getting the same error? Oops, I then started again. I'll use the same password I used before. Would you like to receive updates? Maybe Y. We click on continue. So we want to solve puzzle. Good Lord, that's a very interesting puzzle. Okay, and now that we are done, we can create the account. Okay, so there is something that has been sent to the email. So let's go to the email. Okay, so we are done. We come there. We need that code. Or it wants us to enter 184.278 83. The moment we're done that way, we now have a working account. So this is where it becomes interesting. How many team members will you be working with? Okay, let's just assume that we are doing this for a company, or we are doing this for ourselves. So roughly we are about 20 to 50, and you then say I'm a student. You click on continue. From there, what do we want to be working with? These are some of the things that we want. So let's just go through what we've got there, and we can explain how this works. So what specific features are you interested in using? You can also change this, by the way, later on, but what specific features are you interested in? There's collaborative coding, which is code spaces, pull requests, notifications, code review, review assignments, code owners, draft pull requests, project branches, and more. There's automation, there's security, there's client apps, project management, team administration, community. Basically what this then means is there's sections that you can work with for your development of code, or working with your code, until you get into something that is unique and user-friendly. I thought it would be a good extra to add to your learning, so that if you get into a software development firm, you can then be able to work with what we want. So for now, for our purposes of learning, let's have collaborative coding. We want client apps. We also want community. You can also add this later on and modify your account. From there, we now get to the next stage, which is learn to ship software like a pro. So we've got free, public and private repositories, what you can access, storage, hours of code space compute, 15 gig of code space storage, community support. If you also want to get some of the benefits that you get as a student, remember I said use your student account. You've got the pro version where you can protect your branches, you can draft pull requests, create pages and wikis, do a CI/CD minutes per month, 2 gigs of packet storage, 180 core hours of code spaces, 20 gig of code spaces storage, web support, student developers pack, GitHub Campus expert training. So after this, if you also want to learn more on whatever code there is, you can also learn this way. So this only works because you've used your student account. So we want to get the apply for GitHub student benefits. Our internet is super fast, so we have to be very patient. Yes.
So what is GitHub? What is its purpose?
It's a software-based platform whereby you can do most of what we are doing. So, unfortunately or fortunately, you are doing a PHP project. You can actually use your GitHub to host your website. So because of our time, we may not be able to finish, but I would have actually wanted us, if we had more time, we could actually have a running website, whereby when you are submitting your website, you just give me a link, and I look at what you have created. So there's also the hosting side of our GitHub. If it finishes, we'll try and see what we can work with in terms of our software. So you are doing C++, PHP, and Visual Basic. So you can actually create your content, add it to the cloud, and then when you are submitting, you just give me a link for your profile. And I'll also have access to your profile, and we take it from there. It seems like we're now getting somewhere. It then says GitHub Student Development Pack. Learn to ship software like a pro. There is no substitute for hands-on experience, but for most students, real-world tools can be cost prohibitive. That's why we created GitHub Student Development Pack. So if we click on sign up, yeah, our internet is giving us problems. So here's maybe something that we can show in relation to our GitHub. Or maybe we can talk about, because I wouldn't want, okay, maybe let me open my version of GitHub, and you can see what you can be able to do. Also take note, let's not get other people's content, yeah? Right, I'm just gonna share a working profile from someone whereby I can just explain what we are trying to then do. So as you can see on the presentation, we've got this individual. Unfortunately, I have never met them before, and I've just gotten to see what they're doing. So for example, you have your name and your picture, if you've got a picture. You've got your repositories, you've got your projects, you've got your packages, and you've got your ratings. So for example, this person does C++, they also do C, they do Python, they do Shell, and these are some of the projects that they've done. So for example, I can go to KCAT, which is this one, And by the way, the repository is public. Yes, our internet is quite slow today. So this then becomes the project that they've done and what each element does. So you find now, instead of the ordinary documentation, you can then have your content being presented like this, what you need to actually make this project work, where you can install it, the system requirements, the configuration, examples, if there are any examples, like that. Let's just check our page to see if it's in order. So this is pretty much the way you can get this information. At the same time now, since this is a public repository, I can go to where it says code there. I can do either of the following. I can go to the first bit, which is the GitHub link. I can copy this and then put it somewhere if I want to access this particular repository. I can open with GitHub Desktop, which is an application I can actually download and install. I can download a zip file of whatever this is, or whatever this project might do. So that's one example of how these repositories work. So let's say for some reason I want to get a different code. So let's say Visual Basic. I search under Visual Basic in my GitHub. It actually gave me the user. I don't want the user. I just want all of GitHub. Okay, our other page is done. Let me go back to that page so that at least we've got the following. So, benefits for everyone at school, whether you're starting your career or managing a classroom, we've got you covered. We've got individuals, students, schools, so let's see if we can get the benefits. Are we able to follow? Right, so at least now we are there. It's telling us get your GitHub benefits, learn and teach using real-world developer tools. So you are a student. Get your GitHub benefits. So you have got a free GitHub Pro while you're a student. Valuable student developer pack, GitHub campus expert. To qualify for student benefits, you must be currently enrolled in a degree or diploma granting course of study, and then the types of education that you're doing. Have a variable school issued email address. Upload documents that you of your current status. Have a GitHub user account. Must be at least 13 years old. All partner offers are subject to partner company terms and conditions and may not be available for all regions. So as you can see, this individual is at the University of Zimbabwe. That's the first issue. Name of the school. How do you plan to use GitHub? So, simply put, to be able to access real-world software development tools. We click on continue. So the next bit, upload proof of your academic status. We need a little more proof to verify that you are a student. So we need a student ID. Parents will be over now. And to prove that you are a student, an idea. Up and not one my packages are my students. Because you get the session to share this company. Chance was a student. Musazo, about student ID, please. Right, so it then tells you, thanks for uploading the photo, process my application. And then we are done. So we just need to wait for it to give us the okay, and then we go back to GitHub, our normal GitHub. We just want to know how we can set this up. And like I'm saying, I don't want CDs this time. I want you to put your profile. Everything should be working. Just give me a link. I ask you questions and give you corrections, and we are good to go. Well, the idea is you want to be able to say you can upload your content. Upload the content in now want access to whatever content is there. Even if you are not here, you can then have a profile of Shana, which is your code. At the same time, you can have a copy of the image available for people to see what you can do. So in other words, it's another version of doing an online CV. CV are always at the internet. So what it means now is every project you just give it a name, when this one is repository. So now what it means is now to repository. What repository monotonachi, Utaya, another alpha. So let's get back to our work. This is still finishing off, so we wait for their, what you call it, their response. So the next thing we want to do is the following. We now have a profile set up, whereby this is now what this guy has, whereby we've got a profile, we've got projects, your stars, your gists, etc. So the first thing we want to do is do the following, is we want to create a repository. So for each one of you, you then need to create a repository in the following manner. So in the event that you've got something that is existing, right? So let's say this guy had a repository. You can go to import, right? And then import takes us to that link that I mentioned earlier when we were looking at that other individual's account. So we need the example, which is the SVN. Let me just go and copy from the other account I was working with. Yes, this is the account I was working with. So let's say, for example, we want to get a repository. I've just found the example I was working with. Let me just get you the link. Right? So let's say I want the following link. So I can just actually put this as my link, and then if it's my particular file, I can also put the name of the repository, and then I click on import. But I don't have any of that. Let me go back. Let's actually start by creating a repository that you guys are supposed to have. So you go to create repository. And then we want to do the following. So the repository name would be diploma '25, right? And then we need to put your name. So it's Brolin so that it does not duplicate, right? So it's diploma-25 and then the name, and then we say what we want to have. Complete set of projects that were completed during the course date 25. We can also add a README file, and I think if I'm not wrong, we can go and create repository. And then now we've got our repository. So what does this then mean? By the way, this is just for the example only. We'll need to actually have more context based on whatever it is that we are working on. So for example now, if this guy had some content that he had done, all we can just do is we can actually upload files. So we can go to upload files and then we upload whatever it is that they have. If we want to create a new file, we can actually create our file there and then put put whatever it is that we want within the repository. Understood? So let me just get some stuff from the owner of this particular profile, and we can add. Right, so for I put the documentation, I think it's going to get something like this. I found a documentation. Come, no, you guys do it. Right, so I've just got some content from the user of this particular profile. I go to where it says choose your files. I need to locate where the files are. Okay, at least this time it's sorted. Let's just try and see if we can drag. Okay, so as you can see, what it then starts doing is it uploads file by file, and what has been done or what is being shown and when we are done uploading, like that, I think we are done. We can click on where it says commit changes. So as it stands now, we now have something that is uploaded. So what this then means now is if I send you this link, the link that I've actually highlighted, you can now access this information. Can you be able to copy from your Google Class message? Is it possible? If I send you a message, will you be able to copy the link? Let me just try and send it to you as a message. Can you view the messages in your Google Class? There's a link that I've sent you in that class. Try and see if you can access it. And then we can have an example of how it will then work. Right, so I think most of us should get to the bottom line. Let me stop recording. That's the first issue. Video. So, by default, this is the profile of your colleague, and with the profile, they've only got one commit and one repository. At the same time, this also then shows you what they've done each time. So between this period to that period, we then can see what this individual has done. We can have the projects, the packages, and the stuff. So what you can do is you can also rate other users based on what they have done and what they would want to do. Good Lord. So we can go to repositories. We can then go to a new, right? And then this becomes C++. Although C++ might, okay. We're good to go. C++. We go to create repository. But as you can see now, it actually created the wrong type of repository because we put the 2 plus sign. So just put a C and a dash. Right? At this particular instance now, we can now be able to do some of the following. For example, we can set this up on the desktop. We can create a new file, upload an existing file, put a README and a license, and then ignore. Also, we can do this using GitHub information. Also, we can have a wiki. I think it had actually shown up. Right? Yes, we're waiting for this. So we want to create maybe the first page. Right? We click on create first page. So, maybe let's just explain what a wiki pretty much does. It gives you a list of instructions of what you'd want maybe user or the user to know and what you'd want to actually present for the user. So we can simply say, welcome to my page. My name is I am a software student where on this page I want to show you what I have learned. So as an example, we can save this page. And then this then becomes our home page, basically. At the same time, we can also then add our code